Hi, Vicky.
Like Donkey Kong.
Hi, Anna. We got 16 people here. That's all I can see. We're charging my phone.
Hi, Wade.
Hi, Wade.
Hi, Bob.
Bob.
What else didn't you
Sir.
say? Alicia.
Oh, Alicia made it. Got your cast off.
Ooh, who's new? I'm new.
I just fogged up London. For those of you that don't know, this is a London fog. And you fog it up by adding half and half.
The movie's starting. The movie. Well, of course they want to play with their toys right now.
Yeah, haven't done it all day. Not even once.
Nope. How is everybody tonight?
But they have kept us safe from rabbits. Yeah, that want to come to the back door. And they're hilarious because they like growl and run and carry on and all that kind of stuff.
Celeste, how are you ladies?
We're good. I don't know. So I don't stay up all night ever. And that kind of took it out of me.
I tell you, I felt like I was in my 20s and having a severe hangover.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Yeah, I'm so lethargic. And I think today I finally caught up on everything. Because like the next night, I couldn't sleep. So I was like in and out and in and out. And then I think maybe slept 2 hours that whole night.
Which I slept super good that night, but last night not so great.
Yeah, and then last night I slept really good. So,
but last night we had some predators coming around.
I'm telling you what. And so last year we really had a problem with the coyotes. As far as them coming up and screaming.
Yeah.
This year we haven't really had them close. But they're close enough that we could hear them.
Hi, Bernard.
Yeah, hi, Bernard. And so, Chloe, don't eat the firewood, girl. We're low on that. If you guys go down, it's her fault.
Susan from Canada's here.
Oh, hey,
hi,
Susan. So basically, we've just been kind of straightening up and cleaning up and resting and probably doing way more reading that I should do. I read a whole series. And just kind of organizing. You guys can't see, but way back there, we moved all of the insulation. The one good thing about the insulation being inside and taking this time is it's completely dried out. So we get to finish doing underneath the shipping container, hopefully this week. And then we're going to get started on framing the bathroom, I think, is finishing the floor in the living room, the subfloor, and then framing out the bathroom, because then we'll be getting to electric. So up and down the driveway is really difficult. So we kind of haven't, it makes it real, you guys, hey, apparently something has been on this firewood.
They're super interested.
They're so interested in it. That's hysterical.
Anna says that this looks like she can tell that this movie is comedy, but does it have a happy ending?
Of course it does. So yeah, we are excited to get back into doing some framing and finish up the framing, really, and moving on to pulling the electric lines and stuff like that, even though I'm still a bit intimidated by it.
It's a little hard, to be honest, because we basically are living in the shipping container, so it's hard to work where you're living. But we are excited to move forward with this project. So.
Yeah, we basically have this little kitchen set up behind you guys where you are, and then this is the little living room. But we just cleared all of the insulation out of the living room so that we can move the couches into there, because it is warm enough to sleep.
And by we, she means her, while I sat and read, because I was late.
I was not gonna throw you under the bus like that, but
no, I'll throw myself.
Well, I mean, I just had spurts of energy today, so I was like, I'm gonna get up and do this and just kind of try to get stuff cleaned up and organized and move. Here's what happens: you come in from the truck and you're just done. Like, because getting in and out, so to leave, we may be killed by rabbits. Justin's gonna try to save us. To leave, we get down the driveway, we have to pull off the chains. And then when we come back up, regardless of the weather, we have to put the chains back on, and that's how much do you think those chains weigh for the truck?
They're pretty heavy because we both have some shoulder issues, and you have to lift them up over the tires, and it's a challenge.
Well, I mean, it's a challenge with the shoulder thing, but they're heavy in general. Like,
right.
I feel like they're 20 pounds each minimum, because picking up that when they're both in the case, I feel like it's the same weight as the water jug.
Hi, Little House in the Big Woods.
Hi.
And hi, Kelly. I see that you popped on.
Hi, Kelly. Mary.
And there was somebody else that I missed.
Robert. Sil. KJ Hastings. I think I saw you. We have 32 and only 13 thumbs up. You guys make sure you hit the thumbs up on the way out. It does help a lot. Let's.
Bradley. Hi, Bradley.
Oh, hi, Bradley. You made it. Wade made it.
Hi, Tiffany.
Pex is cheap, so don't be stingy. Yeah,
there's two Bradleys. Bradley L's too. Hi,
I
Bradley.
had bought the Pex, so I have 2 rolls of the Pex, blue and red. But it doesn't really matter what color you use. So we definitely have enough. But so I've been thinking about this. I want to have definitely a water spigot that goes outside, so you can get cold or hot water out there. And then another one over where either the coffee maker is going to be, which that one I'm kind of on the fence about, because we do French press and we like French press, and we don't want an actual coffee maker or a Keurig. The only thing that I would say that we would get to replace the French press would be a really super stupid fancy espresso machine. Like that would happen. But we are going to have a coffee station, and I do want to have one of those water spigots right where the dog bowl water is, because I'm lazy. Actually, no. The issue of that is because this is just, I guess they call it a galley kitchen, where you just have the walkway down the center, and it's not 2 people compatible. So one person would have to squish themselves up for the other person to walk by. So if someone's in here cooking, the last thing you want is someone trying to get water for coffee or water for the dogs or put this or that or whatever. So that's kind of my thought process behind, because I also want one over the pots but that one I'm debating on, because we've been thinking about maybe not putting this stove in here. One, because it's a big electricity draw. We've had a couple of people talk to us about that. In order to use the stove, because it's a convection oven, we would have to hook it up to the generator and run the generator. So there's that. And 2,
hi, Sue and Karen.
Hi, Sue
Welcome.
and Karen. So we're kind of thinking maybe we'll save this for one of the bigger houses that will have a bigger system or whatever. And eventually this will be kind of a guest space, I think, is what we've kind of decided. More so a guest space than a canning kitchen, because I want to do a big outside kitchen to can in, because it gets so hot when you're canning and you're doing those pots and the humidity and and the water
and the time of the year that you're canning.
Yeah,
it's usually nice. The only thing is bugs, but if we have a screen in area,
we could do a screen. Texas, they had big screened in separate kitchens that were completely that were completely screened in, probably for the bug issue.
If you guys have questions, put them in caps. It's easier to see. I know about 5 or 6 people are jumping on here asking the same question. No, I have not made my hours yet. I'm about a little under 1,000 shy. So, but hopefully by February, I need to get on it.
I'll tell you what, though, that live made a big difference. That was a lot of hours.
It did.
Yeah,
it did. But not only that, like Heather and I were talking about, we don't really do New Year's Eve, and that was. At first we were like, oh, I just want to kind of read and just do nothing. But man, that was so much fun.
It was a lot of fun.
We
And
had
it went
so
by
much
really
fun.
fast. Like I actually thought it was gonna be like, what are we gonna talk about for 4 hours? Now, cue the comments that Heather can talk for 4 hours. But I really was like, I'm gonna be tired and I get grumpy when I'm tired. Like
Yeah, no,
I thought I might go and give the dogs a bath while the live was going.
it
All
was a
kinds of
lot
things.
of fun.
But it was, and I think we're definitely going to do it every year. Like, I think that's the plan.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I've had a couple emails from our friend Phil in Australia, the Oz, and he's just he was
funny.
tickled. So
yeah.
that was a lot of fun.
So that screened in room attaches to your home that you can do canning in. Yeah, I'm thinking, so eventually I'm going to do a barnuminium, basically directly in front of the shipping container. And then there'll be a backyard or an entertainment yard.
Which will be between this and the back of
Yeah.
the house.
So, you know, I think that's the hardest thing in the country that I have found when I've lived in the country is you don't just have a basic backyard. You have 73 acres or 20 acres or whatever. And so taking a small space and creating a small yard and maybe the grandkids can come in there and run around barefoot if they want because the dogs won't be pooping in the yard right there and there won't be those kinds of things. So that back patio is going to be a big, I want a big pizza oven back there, a stone pizza oven to light a fire in there and do pizzas and all that kind of stuff.
Here's a suggestion for your kitchen: is a toaster oven. KJ Hastings says she uses hers 99.9% of the time versus her conventional one.
Oh, interesting.
More energy efficient.
Yeah.
Most things we can cook on the wood stove.
Well, especially all winter long. I would say in the summertime, I basically grill. Everything is done on the grill. And especially if I have an outdoor kitchen, I'm going to be doing basically everything out there. But we pretty much have cooked. I even made chocolate chip cookies on this top of this the other day.
Did.
I do have to say that I need to have some kind of metal cover or whatever that could create almost an oven type situation on top of that. So I don't know, maybe maybe Randy can build me something, we can talk about it, or if they have something, I don't know, but
Air fryer is a suggestion too.
yeah, well, we have the Instapot, so there's tons of things. We have a crock pot, there's tons of things you can make in that. We were talked about an air fryer before,
Air
so
fryers are great.
air fryer will probably definitely get. I also have an entire pan set and the burner that does induction heat. So I think that's what it is, where you set the pan on it and it immediately gets hot.
And that's what we talked about doing in the A-frame, yeah?
Yeah, something similar to that
Yeah.
too. And so that would the counter space in this would just be a lot. So that would add the counter space to this. So
Mary wants to know about the windows. Are we still having leaking?
yes. Well, yes,
Mhm.
yes, and I mean I covered at that end over there with a big tarp, so it's a plastic see-through tarp, not see-through. It's a clear. You can't really see through. It's foggy.
Clear plastic.
So that's over that end over there. So it's not as bad. There's little dripping, I think, stuff that's just kind of getting under off of another space and coming under there. This end kind of leaks. The sliding door is the worst because we can't really cover that any more than what it is. And since the board just goes right up to the shipping container, it's able to get down and get in between those things. So we'll see what kind of mess we have in the spring when that all comes down, because that pass-through isn't something that's going to stay, that's going to come down. And then we'll be able to, I do have some ideas on what I'll be doing, but the weather is nice this week, so I'm hoping I can get out there and do some work on at least these 3 windows, so they won't be leaking. I can't do anything with the slider until that thing comes down.
Little House in the Big Woods wants to know, are you going to have a wood cook stove?
I really want a wood cook stove
Yeah.
a lot. So if we could get them to sponsor us, or if somebody has one. Okay, but I'm also, here's the thing. Kelly, she finds stuff for us all the time. She's all on it with finding us things. She's really good at that. And unfortunately, I've realized I'm extremely picky. Like, I want it to look a specific way. It's probably the way everybody wants it to look. So, you can't find those used. So, I'm probably gonna, if I get one, I think I'll definitely have one in the barndominium. I've also thought about getting the little fireplace that has the pizza oven in it. So they have one that's made that way, the Vermont something something. It's whatever. So I kind of thought about maybe changing this one with that one. This is going to end up out in the shop.
Mary said cast iron Dutch oven with lid on the wood stove, which we've been using.
Yeah, we have that. We do that with we do soups and stuff in that. Yeah. Oh, and we did it
tonight.
We did a chicken in that. Like I made a whole chicken in that first night.
Yeah.
So that did really good. We're doing really well with the temperatures where they are at, which is in the 30s, at keeping this between right around 300 keeps this whole thing warm. So I do know once we get the rest of the installation done that's going to make a huge difference.
Kelly says she has a huge Dutch oven for you for baking.
Oh, wow. Add it to the one you already gave us? That is one of the things. There's not a lot of space up top of here. So when we get all of our little fans, because we now have 2 of the heat fans that go on top of your stove. And then we have our water pot. And then we have the mousse you keep water in it so it keeps the humidity up. So we have to like shift everything and when we're going to cook something like that. But
there's always that shifting.
Yeah. So I don't know. I really enjoy it. I'm having a lot of fun learning to use the wood stove and
Hi, Priscilla.
figure it out and that kind of stuff. I definitely have decided that I would say that's probably a 5-inch round. I need probably 2 cords of 5-inch rounds, 2 cords of split, and then the different sizes of the splits. I would say probably four of those, because what I found is if I can keep, so first I have to say that I keep wanting to call it a choke, but that's not what it is. The damper is broken on this. So I either have to purchase one that goes into the pipe and then let everything cool down and add that. But what I've been doing is if I add 2 of the rounds, it keeps it right around 250, 300. And then if I want to raise the temperature up, I add the split logs and then and it'll get up to 400 pretty easily. And then, so I'm able to go longer without having to load it. And then during the day, I just put split one at a time and it keeps it right around that 300.
Heather, that is a huge coffee cup.
It is. It's 16.
That's the
ounces.
kind I like.
And it has a mousse on it.
The nice thing about those is you have your 1 cup of coffee a day and that's it. That's what I do. Maybe sometimes I'll have a second, but that's the perfect size.
No, it's 16 ounces and I love that. I got it for $5 at Walmart. And then I never saw them again. That one's my favorite. Plus, because I drink a lot of hot tea. So it's perfect for hot tea. Because you can get.
A lot of people are saying, I use big coffee cups too.
Yeah. So, so it's been a lot of fun with that. I am getting excited to start moving along on getting the wiring in and the water, the PEX and that kind of stuff. And just kind of moving into the next phase of what's happening in here. So haven't heard any on the truck, but we've had a lot of snow, and the gentleman that was coming to look at the truck, he does a snow removal business. So when it's snowing, he's working. And basically if there's 2 inches of snow, he's working for 24 hours. With all the jobs he has.
The interesting thing with the amount of snow that we're getting, our goats have figured out it's time to get out and party.
Yeah, it's gotten up to where they can jump over the fence. So we're gonna have to actually lock them in the barn. They're losing access to being out and about.
Yeah,
So
today was a challenge.
we have a lot of snow, but driveway not like yours. Our driveway is it's a big deal, and I'm really concerned because we have other people moving into this area, so it won't just be us on the driveway. And when these other houses get built and these people are actually up here, I don't know how.
That's scary.
There's just no way. Two vehicles cannot go, one coming up, one going down. It cannot happen. You cannot pass. And when I'm really pretty annoyed about it because when the developer bought the property, this was 93 acres. A developer bought the 20 acres. And I paid $18,000 for half of that driveway. And I said, it needs to be able to have a truck with a horse trailer going down and coming up and passing each other and pulling a trailer. So it needed to be able to do that. And I said, that's like my only stipulation. And so they were supposed to make it 16 feet across. And there is no way that is 16 feet wide. It's 16 feet. And then they have a ditch that, so
Yeah.
they cut off.
One side's the mountain and the other side is downhill.
Yeah. And then there's a runoff ditch there. So they took out of the road for that. So
Little House in the Big Woods says they have awesome neighbors that do help with plowing.
we do too. And we've been paying, I've been paying the neighbor, Steve. He plowed all last year for free, but this year I told him he needs to let us pay him. Because that's a lot of wear and tear on your machine and stuff. And so, we just let him know when he's plowing, they'll say, do you want us to plow or not? And then we pay him.
Goodness gracious. Little House in the Big Woods says they have 30 inches.
Oh, we have about 30.
Yes.
We definitely have 30
Where
feet.
are you located?
Yeah, are you here?
Now they're talking about food again. Here's a question. Wade, where I live, there's a lot of ice yet, but not much snow.
Mm.
But it's still cool here. That's not really a question. That's a comment.
The ice is hard. Because, man, we go, we get ice.
Boise County.
Okay. We get ice and you start sliding. So that's hard. The ice is scary. We've slid. We have slid. Last year we slid a lot.
I have to say though, I really feel a lot more confident this year driving in it than I did last year.
Yeah.
Last year I was really inexperienced and I feel like I got enough experience yet last year that this year's been easier.
But I do have to say that it does. Hi, Linda. It does make you say, do we have to go into town? Like I have a dentist appointment tomorrow. So it's like, okay, well, we have to go into town because I have a doctor's appointment or a dentist appointment. So we're not going to go into town until then. You don't just run in and get something.
Yeah, there's no point in us going, well, number one, saving gas money, but also, I don't know about the rest of you, but chains are not my favorite thing.
Not my favorite.
And, especially when it's super cold outside, but putting them on, taking them off,
Mm-hmm.
putting them on, taking them off, it gets just a little bit old.
Well,
and we have a problem with one of the chains.
And you get wet. You're like, either you have to have something to kneel on so that you're not kneeling in the slushy snow. And so it's just, it becomes not worth it to go into town at all.
And one of our chains, the link that goes over the chain once you have it hooked, it's bent, and so it's a bugger to get on, and it's like frustrating because you can't get one side done.
Right. You have to wiggle it. You have to like
just
a little bit and really like pay attention to it because it doesn't just slip on there like it used to. It's a pain. I don't want to get. It doesn't want to give me a signal. Hi, Harry.
Raise more chickens. 3 dozen eggs goes for $13.88 now at Walmart.
Wow.
Woo!
Where are you at, Harry?
Well, we heard January prices of everything was going to go up.
Yep.
Harry says it's 72 there. He's in Florida.
Oh, that's right. $13 for a dozen eggs. That's insane.
Especially when you can raise a couple chickens in your backyard.
If they let you.
Yeah.
People who live in apartment complexes are SOL.
zip line to the bottom of the hill, and chairlift back up.
Well, that
That would
would,
be
I
fun.
mean, that's legit. I would do that. I would totally do that.
Carol says it's 56 at 8:30. That's 8:30 p.m. Carol. 8:30 a.m.
A 36 count here is 15.25. Remember when like the 36 count was like $5?
Hi, Brenda.
That was a real thing. Hi, Brenda.
Carnitas.
Oh, dang.
You got us broke. Now I want some carnitas.
Hey, Colleen made it. Colleen, I think we just finished eating all the food that you gave us.
We did, and it was
So
also delicious.
It heated up just as good. It was so good.
Yep.
Yeah,
Tonight we're having potato soup
we are.
on the wood stove.
Yeah.
Still, 18 count was $1.25 here. Now it's like $4.
Wow. We did let all the chickens go, because we're trying to completely slim down, but I'm thinking about doing something over on the Cause We Can Farm to Table channel. Of, like I said, we're setting up this little backyard, or this basic backyard that's like an in-town backyard. And I've been telling people you can raise quail and you can raise rabbit because they're quiet and you get your fertilizer. And so there's a possibility we might set some of that up to do that.
You can have little tiny eggs.
Yeah. Well, the quail eggs are better for you than chicken eggs.
No, Bob, we're not out of pork. We still have plenty.
Yeah. We do have to run the generator to keep the freezer frozen when it's as warm as it's been.
Yeah.
So that's kind of crazy. But we do run the generator usually either 4 hours in the evening or a couple of hours in the morning, couple of hours in the evening to keep the batteries charged on the generator, on the RV. So Justin and so the all red dog is Chloe, the one that just went under the bed. The black, the tricolored
Justin.
is Justin.
Justin, come. Up. This is Justin. Come here, buddy. Oh.
Chloe's like, what are we
This
doing?
is Justin.
What are we doing?
Chloe's trying to get on her mama's lap.
Chloe's full on blowing coat. Like she walked past me earlier and put dog hair all over my legs. So
This is Justin, the one that growls when you love on him, but then it's just because he wants to. That he just, I don't know, he does that, and then he's like, "Don't stop, don't stop."
you're a good girl. I don't care what anybody says about you. You're a
It's
good
like
girl.
eggs are expensive everywhere. Wade's saying that they're $8 for 18 count. In Montana, that's farm country.
That is farm country. That's crazy. Due to the bird flu, you are limited on how many eggs you can buy in the UK. So that's crazy.
That's so crazy.
Justin is a handsome devil. He's my wackadoo. He's a little.
He
I tell him he's a wackadoo. But he is very handsome and he is super photogenic.
really is. That's crazy.
Now, to be fair, Chloe's actually a showgirl. She has done confirmation shows and done really well. And if I would have just went ahead and paid a handler to finish her out, she would have gotten her championship pretty early. But I realized there was probably something a little off on her elbow. She's got a bad elbow. Doesn't matter. You're still 100% good girl.
Both dogs are nice.
Just
looking.
because. Just because. Still 100% good girl.
Mm.
Even with your bad elbow.
Carol says she feeds her friends chicken scraps and leftovers, and then she gets eggs.
I'll tell you, we had people at church give us a lot of stuff this last year, and last summer, and we gave them to the chickens and the pigs, and it was really nice. But we're trying to. I think we've both decided we definitely want to raise a couple more pigs because we like the pork. We really like having that in the freezer.
Yeah.
We both really like sausage. We'll eat it every single day. Just Chloe dance and hang out in park. No, she's not that kind of showgirl. But we spend a lot with the animals here. We spend a lot of time taking care of animals,
Yeah.
and figuring out fencing for animals and housing for animals and all that kind of stuff. And our goal for this next year is the barn done, deck on the front of this.
That's this year.
This summer, and the we have to get better firewood cover. We have to get a new tool shed, and we have to get a new mini barn for the goats. So, it kind of starts adding up like a whole lot. And adding more animals, it ends up taking about last year we spent about an hour. Now wow.
You guys don't want to play when we're not on.
Hey.
Harry wants to know who sleeps in the RV.
Right now, nobody. Kim is upstairs.
Stove is here.
The stove is right here. I keep the stove fed. I actually sleep right where Kim is sleeping. And Kim is upstairs in the, and that's because I'm a control freak over the
I'm in the
stove.
I'm in the tree house and she stays by the stove.
Sorry about the dogs, you guys. Apparently it's time for zoomies. Got the zoomies. And the best place for the zoomies is the Ioway right here.
They're stealing the show.
They are. They're little hoots.
Mary, or the sausage is phenomenal. We
Yeah.
got
Ooh, Priscilla made it.
we got sweet Italian,
No barking.
hot Italian, and the brats. But the sweet Italian and the hot is like the flavor is amazing.
Yeah.
Yep.
You cute. You're cute. You got the zoomies. Wore yourself out.
Hi, buddy. Hi, handsome boy. Hi, handsome boy.
They were so normally. Colleen was saying that the dogs were really sweet when they dropped off the food. Normally, Chloe doesn't want anybody to pet her. She's like, because she's been a service dog, and so she's really not. When we go out, people don't pet her. She's working. She's doing her job. So she doesn't get petted. And so she's kind of can get very grumpy about being petted. Justin loves it. But Chloe will be like, don't touch me, I'm busy. And so this was like the first time that she was off duty. She's in the hotel and she's like, hey, pet me, love on me. Huh.
The funniest thing the other day, Chloe was, I think she was watching you.
Okay, Callie.
She was watching you eat something. And I like touched the backside of her like this, and she was like, and we just laughed and laughed and laughed.
Are you seeing cougar tracks outside lately? We have not seen any. We have not lost any animals. So we do still have rabbits that are here. So we haven't seen any of those tracks. But one of the neighbors did post that the cougar's been spotted.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Nancy. Anna, only when they walk outside. We love bacon. We do have some bacon that we need to finish out and smoke and do all that kind of stuff. So we're going to actually be doing that this week. And then
and ham too.
ham, and then we have 3 of the goats that we processed, so we need to finish getting those all cut up and how we want them and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to be working on that this week. I will have a video out on Friday. So I know I didn't put one out today, and it's one thing that's really hard is when you take a break to get back into the swing of things. So I actually have I think footage for like 3 videos, so I need to get those up, and I didn't even film during this freeze at all. I didn't film anything. I was just keeping this area warm. That's pretty much it.
I kind of stopped filming when I got sick, so I need to get on it too.
I don't want to heat us back out, but I also don't want to lose that.
No.
So yeah, so we haven't like I said, we didn't, I did film getting the insulation underneath the shipping container. We have probably another 15 feet to go. It's going to be so much easier having 2 people. Like, we'll get it all cut, and then I'll crawl under there, and Kim will just start passing it to me, so I don't have to try to drag it. That'll make a big difference. I actually think we have too much insulation in here, so we're gonna have to figure out where to put it while we finish doing the other things. I need that little
I've lost service.
pillow behind my back. That's what I need.
Oh, you've lost
Okay.
service too on your other phone.
Uh-oh. Yeah, it's been kind of doing that. So we're gonna have to lean in and stare. And be like, what'd you say?
Nobody's talking according to my phone. I could be wrong.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
The
Thanks,
Cougar
Tiffany.
Trucks is the last thing I have.
Oh, yeah, there's been quite a bit more than that.
So weird.
Kimmy, are you warm in the treehouse?
Very warm. In fact, sometimes a little too warm. Heather and I were talking about that earlier today. That if I get too warm, maybe we'll just throw something over the top of the ladder, over the cutout.
Yeah, that way it doesn't.
No,
Well,
I'm
okay,
not
so
shooting selfies.
it's really funny because it gets a really perfect temperature in here, and then all of a sudden it's just way too hot. And then so I let the stove cool way down, and then it's really cold. And then it hits that time in the morning, like between 2 and 4, it gets really cold, and so then I'm like stuffing it again, trying to get it warmed up and all. So yeah, there's that. That happens.
Alicia, as far as the hours go, the problem with putting more videos out is it actually pushes a lot of people away. So I got to find a nice balance. I want to try to do, between 15 minutes and maybe twice a week. So the shorts don't get you a whole lot of hours. So
Putting it in Kira's cabin, that's what we talked about, putting it in there, but we still have to pack up all of her stuff. What is happening?
right. Mods, I need help.
Yeah, mods, we need you to block someone. I don't know how to do that. I can't do that on this phone. We're getting trolls. Bob, there's a troll, Bob. All the messages are deleted, but he needs to be kicked out. Well, I definitely have the hot flashes. I have my little portable fan right here. And so I'll just sit right here and I'll turn the fan on. So that legit happens.
I don't know if it took care of it.
Troll.
Okay, good. Thank you guys.
That
I'm
was
like, what is
crazy.
happening?
Take blowing it up.
I'm still showing them all on mine.
Oh, Kelly's not a mod yet. I have to do that on my. I don't know. I'll work on it, Kelly.
Well, that was interesting.
Yes, Kelly, we did bring this stuff in from the truck. So, I haven't pulled
Have
anything
we looked
out.
in it? No.
Well, we can't. It took us 2 days to recover from New Year's. We're older now.
Kelly's chomping at the bit.
Settle down.
Hi, Don B.
Hi, Don.
We got your message on the live. We appreciate that you came by and left a message saying you
Yes.
couldn't stay, but
We do appreciate that.
it was lovely.
I hope you and your wife are doing good and had a really nice New Year.
Yeah.
We did. We enjoyed that live, and like I said, we will be doing it from here on out.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. It was a good night.
He said, "Don't just time trolls out, report them also." Do I have to do that, or can you do that? House State, Wade said, so Kimmy, House State turn on New Year live. I don't understand.
How many hours did I
Oh.
get? Because
She's going to be posting that on her own channel, actually.
I did already post it.
Okay.
So go check that out.
So I know I've been kind of looking at this as far as one thing that I think stalled the Cause We Can Farms channel over the summer is we were posting too much. And so it suggested, I know Ambition Strikes, and they're near us. They do 2 a week. And so I think that's what you were planning on trying to do, is go up to 2 a week.
Yeah, I was doing 1 a week.
And then I honestly think there's a big possibility. So you guys, those of you that watch the lives, need to kind of check. I'll put out a notice or something. But if we are able to do a live on her channel, we will be doing a live on her channel instead of this channel. So, but we have to be where we can be on the computer and do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, but that's a way to get hours. So, we'll definitely, the hours are the hardest to get.
We do have a friend, Darcy, who had suggested possibly doing one at her house. So
Thank you, Sue.
we might
Sue
be able to do
reported
some
him.
of those.
So yeah, and I think it'll go. And it's the hardest thing is, like, once we're into building and we're back into building and we're doing that, this is where we have a thing of how do we do something on both channels where we're not just being repetitive,
Yeah.
because that's really difficult to do. So I'm not letting you OUT. You already went OUTSIDE. And you just want to go out there and stare at the bunnies. Her face.
Anna, that post is
Like,
under
why?
the live. It's pinned on the top under the live. I didn't post it for everybody to see just because not everybody went to my live. So for those that did.
Yeah, because we're supposed to pick who was closest.
Yeah.
Whoever threw out the number on how many they thought, and then who was closest. Beep. Not doing it. Not doing it, girl.
So it's like, you can come do one at our place alive.
You're so far. It's so far over there.
Yes.
And it would be nighttime by the time we got back. We don't drive at night in the wintertime.
Well,
Definitely.
and it's especially unsafe on this road, and then we can't, let's just say that the road is too icy to get up. We don't want to be walking up the mountain with a cougar out there. So
Yeah.
we just really, we really try to.
I'm a big stickler on, I want to be home before it gets dark. Like, it doesn't really matter if it's summer or winter. I want to be home before it gets dark. Like, that's my thing. I don't know. It was ingrained as a child. We had to be home before the first porch light went on in the neighborhood. So I'm still that way. But so we did hear an owl. I heard an owl over the bunny pen area last night. At least one owl, could have been 2. And then the coyotes were up behind us. So that's kind of,
Which was really cool because not that the coyotes were out there, but it was like this moon was so bright last night. You could see everything. And I was
how
like,
bright was it?
looking out the window. Can I see the coyotes? I want to see them.
Okay, everybody. The stars are bright, so big and bright. She doesn't know it. Anybody?
No
Anybody?
say,
Beulah?
no say.
Deep in the heart.
Hi,
of
Marissa.
Texas. Hi, Marissa.
We haven't forgot your book, honey.
No, we haven't.
We haven't finished it yet.
We're terrible. Terrible human beings.
We haven't forgot your book, though.
Do.
I think you should all take a tour.
Just
take
run
day
a
trip.
24-hour live and looking at the lake or the bunnies.
Take a day trip to Cousin We Can Farms.
I'm so glad you didn't say a sleep live.
Yeah, because we've
Well,
seen one of those recently,
that
and those
was-
are disturbing.
That was random. So random. So, oh, Sue knows the song.
Kelly knows a song.
So Carl asked who owns the road. So I don't think we own the road. Actually, the county, it's a privately maintained county road. Now that we extended our street up to, wow, almost gave away where we live. It's like I'm new here. So we extended the county road. It connected to that. So then the county just said, oh, we'll just extend the road. So but I paid for half of it and the developer paid for the other half of it. Nancy got it.
But now it's just us.
Yeah.
But once all these people get on all these properties.
So that's the problem. So there's 4 properties over there, and if you think about it, we have 4 vehicles between the 2 of us. But there's 2 drivers. So if you think about a husband and wife, and if they have children, you could easily have 4 vehicles going up and down per house, which would be 12 more vehicles. Oh, actually, it would be 16 more vehicles to count ours. And my son is moving out here. So that's actually like 20 vehicles could be going up and down this road, and you can't pass each other.
We did run into it one time where
And it was a developer.
it was the developer or whoever they hired.
And he's not nice. He's just not a nice human being.
They were coming up one direction while we were going down. So backing up the hill was a challenge.
And that's kind of the key. If you're coming down, depending upon where you are, there's like a space where there's either way, everybody is in trouble.
Yeah.
And words are said because you either go off the side of the mountain or you're up against the mountain in the ditch. So I don't know.
Yeah.
That'd be cool still. That had been my plan. I was actually planning on buying all 93 acres and then selling those, doing that exact same thing and selling those. But he was a sneaky guy and went around all the things.
But somebody
The
was not very honest.
Well, the developer and the realtor were in on it, and they went around behind my back to the owner of the property and gave him lots of cash. So, I mean, as an owner of a property, I would totally take cash. So I get that. Just is what it is. The acres are 5-acre lots.
Thank you,
Ooh,
Kelly.
Thanks, Kelly.
Tell Dwayne, thank you.
So basically, we've just kind of been hanging out, and we've been resting. I think we needed it. I think we deserved it. It's really hard when you're YouTubing and you're wanting to keep putting stuff out because it does affect the algorithm. So it definitely make sure that you're still subscribed, because YouTube did drop probably 20 subscribers of mine. And so make sure that you check and that you're subscribed and all those things.
We've noticed that we get dropped off the other people's. Too.
Yeah. And I'll be like, man, I haven't seen so-and-so hasn't put anything out. And then I go to their page and I'm like, yes, they have. And I didn't get to see any of it. So, but we're getting really excited to get a move on this. So hopefully, no, sir. He's like, please.
Priscilla, that's funny. You're driving and you're listening to us talk. And when you were driving earlier, we were listening to you talk.
That's funny. So
That was so funny. He runs up, no, sir. And then he's like, okay. Let's run away.
I'll go stare at rabbits. Wait, you didn't follow me. No, sir. No. No. Okay, ask her. So this is what he does. He'll come to me and ask, and then I won't do it, and then he'll go ask her.
It's kind of like kids do with mom and dad. They're like, I'll ask mom. Mom says no. I'm going to go to dad.
Hi, Kelly. I just called you Kelly. Mommy, I just called you Kelly.
Hi.
Kim's going to get
Is
them
she
all.
calling you the wrong name?
Kim's
So you
going to
come
get them all
me.
riled up, so they're growling
So you
and
come to
snarling.
me. Justin.
All right, what questions do you guys have for us? We have about, 10 more minutes?
11.
11.
Very close.
Nice.
Look at
It's a good
you.
guess. Enter the clock.
She's calibrated.
Hi, Brian Holler. How are you? Is he selling those lots or building on them? He's selling them.
I don't even have that question. That's so weird.
Kelly. Huh?
Guess I'm frozen again.
Oh. What is the plan this week? So this week, I've got to go into my dental. Who knows how long that's going to set me down. I see you, toy girl. Don't break it, too. I'm sitting on a metal chair. Don't bite that on my leg. So I have a dental appointment tomorrow. But we are going to try to get the insulation done and then the rest of the insulation moved out. And finish putting in the subfloor in the living room. And then we'll be, I think I'm end up moving my bed into the living room because it stays nice in there. So that way we can start figuring out where we're going to be running our lines and put in the bathroom, framing for the bathroom. So we got to get that done.
Still wants to know, are the lots posted yet?
So message me privately. We'll have a conversation about that. I'm not giving away where I live. It's actually a really big issue that people will show up to YouTubers. And so we try to keep it very, very quiet of where we are.
Wade, we'll discuss that on my channel. So you can email me that question or you can comment on my channel and we'll talk about it.
I've been working on that, Carl. Getting my friends to buy them.
I would have if I had the money.
Kitty's plan is the same as mine. We work together.
I would drop pounds if I was their neighbors from laughing so hard. No, from all the work we would say. Sil,
Exactly.
we need your help with this.
Would it be easier to have all the teeth pulled and just get 2 sets of dentures and then set them out every 2? Robert, I have all my teeth. Well, no, I did get a cap, but I saw my tooth under there. But I have a cap. So yeah, we're just doing a cleaning and that kind of stuff. Wade said he watched a video of Pure. They got. It was really, really bad. I mean, I guess they had like, I haven't watched that video yet, but I knew what kind of was going on. I guess a couple of people had made a Hate Pure Living for Life Facebook page, and people would just get on there and just throw shade and just be hateful and mean. And I love their channel.
That's
like
so sad.
I watched their channel when I was babysitting my grandkids, and they just, I just don't understand people being like that. Like, I don't understand the concept. I mean, I get it. I was a police officer. People are that way, but I don't understand how you can do something like that to somebody.
If you don't like something, just
don't watch it. Yeah. They went
like
through
people,
a lot.
don't subscribe to them. Like,
So my honey-do list is firewood and outhouse.
now,
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, that is the scary part of doing YouTube is,
so sad.
That's a pretty legit thing.
Yeah, it's really sad.
Yeah, I was watching them when they had, I don't know, I think it was like their second video that went out. When they started their channel, I found their channel. They didn't have like a bunch of subscribers, but they grew really, really fast. And they were one of the first people around here to do this thing. Yeah, they did start posting again. They've been posting some little, I think, tester videos to see how they would do. And then they just posted a whole video on why they left. Still, I don't think it's older footage. I think it's, they have some stuff that is legit to this area that's happening right now. And then they've, about the lumber. I think they're just kind of testing the waters to see how receptive people are to watching them again.
I'm just not getting service. Sorry, guys.
That's crazy. Still, first building for me would be an outhouse while living in a tent. We want to get the outhouse done next year. So
Outhouse would be nice.
I think that's going to be
Except for during the winter. I don't know if I'd love it then.
I don't want to go outside in the winter. We'll still have our bucket system in here. We'll probably end up upgrading to a composting toilet that is the one that composts while you're using it basically. So it's like a fast
A
compost.
real one.
Yeah. So it's already composted, could immediately be taken out and put around your trees, and it's fine.
Going to be a series in Trolson Stalkers.
Right? Yes, so the
Solar panel to warm the
warm
seat.
seat warmers. That's a good idea.
Patent that idea real fast. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll be fun to see the stuff that they do to finish out their house. Let's see. KJ Hastings said Gulshar Farms had people just show up to his property unannounced and want a tour. That happens.
Happened to us.
So Julie and Marty have had people show up.
Yep.
I know they have. I think they're kind of the only people that I've talked to around here that have said they've had people show. We've had someone show up.
I'm sure. Who is it that's around the big YouTubers around here? I'm sure they have. I know people
Ambition?
drive by their house now.
Yeah, that's Pure Living for Life.
Oh, is that pure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought they were simple living or.
Oh, Good Simple Living.
Good Simple
You
Living.
can't get to their place. They're like us.
Oh, okay.
The road. Their house isn't close to the road,
Oh, okay.
and they put up a bunch of stuff.
Got you.
So
Well, that's smart.
yeah. Did you see Courtney and Riley's new toilet? I have not. I've been bad. I haven't. You guys, I just kind of tuned out. I've been reading. I have this thing where I'll start a book and I won't put it down until I'm done with it. And if it's a series, I have to read the whole series. And so I kind of don't start those until I take okay, I know that I'm going to have a week. And then that's what I do. And that's all I do. And I rest and I don't have to. Usually I'm looking and I'm watching videos to learn how to do something, and I'm studying to figure out how to do whatever it is that we're doing. And so this week I've just tuned out, and I'm going to have to play catch up.
Personally, for me, as you guys have seen several times tonight, I've had to do this. I can't get on a lot of things. I'll maybe be able to get on it for a couple minutes and then it's gone. So I just don't get very good service.
Still, I will just show up, but I will drag Anna with me. Well, that's good because Anna knows where we live. You may not be able to find us, or you probably would not be able to find. I saw that it's a Inferno potty. That's pretty cool. And actually, we already knew that they were doing that because they talked about doing it at the our summer get together with all the YouTubers. They talked about it. So if you guys want to know secrets, you have to come to that next year, this summer.
Yeah.
People just show up without asking. That is disgusting. They do. They do. And we've been really lucky because unless somebody grew up in this area, they probably wouldn't be able to find us. Not that I'm throwing out a challenge or nothing. Hey, Sean made it. Hi, sir. We're doing great. But they just kind of feel like, oh, I'm going to show up and this is a business. I guess people maybe think this is your business and it's not really your home. There are YouTubers that do that. They're building houses and they're doing stuff, and they act like that's where they live, but they don't live there. So I guess that's a thing. And so it's their job site, whatever. But
Hi, Sean.
yeah, people do think that. It's one of the things that you have to think about when you decide to do a YouTube channel, because it will eventually happen. That is a thing.
Just don't start going looking for people that have invited you over.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't even do that to we're friends with Courtney and Riley. I would not just show up without asking. I wouldn't be like, hey, here we are. We walked up your driveway.
We wouldn't even do it to Kelly.
No, we would totally be like, hey, we're in the
coming
area.
up,
We're coming over. That's just
Number one, you never know what you're gonna find.
You don't.
I don't. What people do on their private property is
Right. They could be streakers.
they could be sitting naked in a hot tub. No judgment. It's from me. I'm
but you don't want to walk up on them Yeah, so we don't mind people that we know if they're driving by and they message and are like, "Hey, I'm near you. Do you care if we come up?" Like, we have friends and they could do that, but to just not really know somebody and show up to their house.
Hi, the
that's
salty
pretty crazy.
monkey.
And I guess that they were threatened. They had lots of threats thrown their way.
That's
so
terrible.
that's scary. Hi,
It's the
Tim.
worst. Hi, Tim.
What did set into?
Tell Natalie we say hello.
Yes. I don't know what your question means. I think talk to text is messing with you. What's wrong with being a streaker? There's nothing wrong with being a streaker. I just don't want to walk up on it.
No judgment. You do your own thing in your own house.
Brenda said, just come on over, ladies.
You're not home. We
You're
would,
not home.
but you're not home.
Hi, Susie. You made it. What did I step into?
I know, right?
We were talking about Pure Living for Life. They're back on. They're making videos again, and they were kind of talking about that people were showing up and that were threatening them, and they just put a video out. Log on, and it's all naked talk.
We basically just said, I wouldn't want to walk up to
Yeah.
somebody's house because you don't know what you're going to see.
Yeah.
Because, you know, who knows?
Nancy's the
Somebody
same
could be in
way.
the hot tub or something.
I want to know when someone's coming over. I do. I am okay. So I am totally that person that's like someone's driving by. You know, like I'm like looking out the window. Who is it? Someone's driving. I can't do that now because you can't see the road. You can't see anything from my property. So I don't have to do that anymore. My neighbor calls and says she's bringing me food. Dang. She is allowed to live next door to us.
That's nice. It's manners. Yes, KJ. Exactly.
Fifth Journey. Hey, that's why we're surrounded by trees. Exactly. That's a bit of a naturalist.
Bye, Judy.
I do have a really funny
Have a good
story.
night.
So I was dating this guy, and he was a shrieker on our property, and it was really funny because I had just moved up onto this property, and he was there, and he's like, oh, I can do this now because there's nobody's gonna come see us. Every time he would get like, I don't know, 100 feet from the house, a neighbor would come over. And I could be there all day long and nobody would come over. And he'd get home and he'd have to like 5-second runs to trees and hide. And I would just laugh. I'm like,
Phil says no, he has that one song stuck in his head.
hilarious. Deep in the heart, that one, deep in the heart of Texas.
Oh, I was thinking the Streaker song.
Oh, that's a good one. And that's why I got curtains on my front door. Ooh, Chloe got a toy.
Yeah? What you got?
Got a toy?
You got something for me
If
to
I
play?
lived where you live, I might just be guarding my underwear. No kidding. Does get hot in the summertime. That's a real thing.
Girl, we can't do this right now.
Does UPS come over more than once a day?
No. Oh.
I'm sure he does now. That's so funny. Well, it's 6:03. I think we're gonna head out because I'm not done with my book yet. So I took a break.
I want some soup in my
And
belly.
we'll get some soup, and it's boiling.
I just put it on there so it would get
hot,
hot.
so it would finish up.
Yeah.
I brought in a little table, so we have a table across from the stove, and I've got all my firewood stacked underneath it. I love it. And we're cooking on the stove, so it's
Yeah.
great. But
Thank you all for coming.
thanks for hanging out, and definitely check, because if I don't put it up here, go check Kimmy's channel if we're doing a live. Because if we can figure out to start doing some lives on her channel without having to rent a hotel room or even go into town, then we're gonna try to do that. So
without you having to run it 24 hours a day and get tired of seeing my face.
yeah. So let's see. I tell if I did a YouTube, I just lost it.
Oh. Yeah,
Anyway.
mine's not working.
All right. See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.